Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammad Asim. I'm working as DevOps engineer. This is the part 1 of the video where I will be covering the CICD process and the AD process of our microservices application. CICD means continuous integration and continuous deployment. In AD is automated deployment, which we will be covering through Terraform. So I have already set up a repository for you guys, and it is a public repository. We will cover the CI/CD process by using the Bitbucket CI/CD pipelines, and we are going to use the AWS code deploy, and we are going to set up all the process on AWS ECS, which is the Elastic Container Service of AWS. So let's begin. So as this is the first part, you have to just follow this first part. In this first part, I will be showing you the steps which you have to follow, and this is the repository. So simply clone this repository uh, in your desktop. So what I have done, I've already downloaded these repositories on my desktop. So you have to simply clone these repositories. As far as the Terraform is concerned, that would be part of my future videos. As this is the first part, so for your understanding and deep dive for CI/CD process, which we are going to do in this series of videos, that we are going to use our microservices, and we are going to use the Spring Boot application as a application, and we are going to deploy on the AWS ECS service, and we are going to set up all the process as I discussed in my start of my video. So what you have to do is to simply download these, and these are the first steps you have to follow. So what I'm going to do is to simply open these steps in another tab, and I will show you what these steps are. So as far as the deployment or setup of these powers, and these architecture is that you should have administrative privileges of your AWS. So, okay, what I'm going to do is to just open these in raw. Okay, click here and open in this raw. So, as I told you, I've already configured my AWS CLI, so I have administrative privileges. What I'm going to do is to simply copy these commands and paste it on my CLI. So I've already installed Git Bash. You can use the Linux, or even you can use the containers as well for the deployment. So let me zoom in a bit. So I'm going to paste it. So what is this? It is going to create Elastic Container repository in our AWS account. So if I navigate to my AWS account, this is my AWS account. If I navigate to ECR, Elastic Container Registry, okay. So in Elastic Container Registry, currently I don't have any repository. So what I'm doing, instead of using the GUI, which traditional people use, I will be using AWS CLI. So make sure that you have AWS CLI also installed on your laptop, or if you are using for this, if you are using Docker, you can use the Docker for AWS CLI. I've already made video yesterday with regard to the setup, all this stuff in Docker containers, and how you can do the deployment on AWS. So I'm going to press enter, and what it is going to do is it is going to create this repository. So simply refresh it. You will see one repository is going to be available in your account. So this is the Cloud Geeks Elastic Container repository, which is now living in the Elastic Container Registry in the AWS. It is private. So what I've done here, let me show you the command as well. So I will be scanning all my host images when I push to the AWS ECR. So as far as this step is concerned, this is done. So now what I'm going to do is to create S3 bucket. All these steps you just follow. I will definitely show you or show you the architecture that what we are going to build. Just follow these steps, watch all my videos till and you will be able to know that what we are going to do for our automated deployment and CI/CD process. Okay, as far as the bucket is concerned, this name is not available in my US East 1 region. So what I'm going to do, just put S here and let's try with this name. So now bucket is created, and if I navigate to my S3 section, you will see one bucket is going to be available there. Okay, you see this bucket is now available. Now I'm going to simply copy paste the third step which we are going to follow, and I'm going to enable the versioning on this bucket. So again, I'm going to follow the CLI, and I'm going to just update the bucket name here as we put S at the end of our bucket. So what it does, it will enable the versioning. So if I navigate to the S3 section, click on the bucket and navigate to the properties section, you will see versioning is enabled. Why we are enabling the versioning? That it is the requirement of the CICD process. We are going to use the AWS code pipeline for CICD process, but our build process of Docker images is going to be with the third party, which means that we are not going to use the AWS build. We are going to use the third party, which is excuse me, which is the Bitbucket here. You can use the GitHub Actions as well or GitLab as well. Excuse me. So, and this part, as far as the setup is concerned, is completed. So I'm going to also show you the way how you can use the core commit as well. But this uh, in this part we are, or in this lab, we are going to cover only this. So as far as the part of as far as the first part with regard to the CI/CD process, we have covered this. Please follow me in the next part where excuse me, I will be covering the other steps which we are going to do, and in the other parts I'm going to use the Terraform for automated deployment of our Spring Boot microservice application. Thank you. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Have a nice day.